Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is going to be my second time recording War Thunder, and we will be playing some Ground Strike on Alpine Meadows, so I will probably be starting off in one of my bombers, because unlike about 75% of the people in this game, I like to play the objective instead of just engaging in dogfights.
Hi, this is Starbreaker. Yeah, playing the objective is usually kind of important in objective-based games. Just know that.
Also,
Always.
we're going to be turning off the music because that is not something that we are allowed to have on YouTube anymore, apparently. Thank you, new YouTube policy. Alright, so I'm starting off in my AR2 with my 3 500 kilogram bomb loadout.
So what's that in pounds then, yeah, for those of us who don't use the metric system?
I give absolutely no fucks. Learn how to use the metric system.
That's a little over 1,000 pounds for you fuckers who don't know the metric system. Imperial system around 1,000 pounds. So, yeah.
That's Starbreaker ahead of us right now. He is in his B-25 bomber. I am in my IL-4, and the two of us are going to do some high-level bombing and hopefully make our opponents feel very sad about their lives.
Although, high-level bombing in this game is about 18,000 feet, which is that high, even by World War II standards.
And to be quite honest, I'm probably going to be doing my weird type of bombing, which is start out high-level and turn more into dive bombing because I got bored.
So note to our viewers, in World War II games like...
sorry guys, I'm actually in my AR2, so I will not be doing high-level bombing. I am going to be doing dive bombing, which I love to do.
So note to viewers, dive bombing is more accurate in this game, but also means you're going to be more vulnerable to fighters. High-level bombing, less accurate, but you're going to be safer. So there are trade-offs. What's the war?
There is an H-6K on the opposing team in front of me, but being in a bomber, there isn't really much I can do. I actually tried dropping bombs on one of my opponents once. That didn't turn out so well. So yeah, we're just gonna ignore him and let him go on his merry way. And hopefully he'll do the same with us. There's a Beaufighter, one of the more broken vehicles in this game.
You mean the broken fighter?
Yes.
Why do you play as a Russian?
Because the Russians are a broken and overpowered piece of bullshit according to the internet, so I thought, why not play them, right?
They are. Especially for those of you who are getting War Thunder, the Yak-9T is a broken ass piece of shit. Actually, kind of piece of shit. It's actually good in this game. But it's like ridiculously overpowered.
If you are new to the game, as a fair number of people are, if you look in the top left corner, you will see my thrust, speed, altitude, and bomb. So, when you are using a bomber, you're actually playing the game for about 20 seconds. For the rest of the minute, you are waiting for your bombs to come back. Although I suppose that's not really fair, because during the rest of that minute, you are also trying to stay alive and not get killed by the enemy fighters. Other helpful tidbits include altitudes and speed. Setting thrust is obviously important for seeing how fast you're going.
I think it's also important.
Yes, Starbreaker, while that is definitely a very important part of human existence, I don't believe we should be telling our viewers about this during this game.
Who said this wasn't education?
Whoa, this is very educational, but that's not the sort of education that should be going... Okay, yeah, I'm dead now. I'm now going to go into a dive because I am gonna get murdered otherwise. I'm actually gonna get murdered anyway, but that's fine. I currently have 2 or 3 enemy fighters on my tail. So I'm probably gonna die. very, very soon. Also, it appears that they've damaged something besides my main body because I'm starting to fly very oddly. Let's juke a little, and juke a little this way as well. Yeah, there are about to be some serious problems.
I just killed first base.
Alright. I apologize for the lack of talking and trying to survive here. And it is working surprisingly well. My AR2 is actually currently yeah. But even so, that's more of a beating than it can really take, unfortunately. So we're gonna hit the ground now. Alright, so I did a couple of things wrong there. Instead of avoiding enemy fighters, I dove right in the middle of them. And that was bad, and I shouldn't have done that. But, you know, you win some and you lose some in war, and that was something that I definitely lost. Starbreaker, what are you up to on this fine battlefield?
Well, I've already killed one of the zones and I'm about to attack another one.
Wonderful. Would you like me to join you in my Isle 4?
I don't know if die actually, so that's thank you.
Fair enough. In that case, I believe I will continue going after enemy tanks.
Yeah, pro tip, when you're a bomber, you want to avoid enemy fighters and you want to stay with your own fighters. That's what the cool pilots do.
And that's what the smart pilots do. Unfortunately, there are too many cool pilots in this game for my taste.
And I died. I had a Hawker Typhoon on my tail and a T-47. So, yeah, so why, so then, yeah, why do we want to attack bases in this game type? Like, what does that get you?
Bases are actually something that has been added in a recent patch to this game, which I find interesting. They are... Let's just hit that tank there.
So, by the way, for the viewers, the little places on the map you see that have like a crosshair and the crosshair on Zenya's view, those are bases. Now, in an objective game type, you can win several ways. You can shoot down everybody's airplane, you can destroy all the vehicles on the ground, you can destroy all the bases, you
Here,
can
I am...
destroy the airfield.
Yeah, here is a list of all the players. There are 18 players per team, and you can see what aircraft they're flying. So there's a fair amount of information given in the game, which is nice. 16 players per team. Yeah, it looked like none of my bombs hit, so I need to now wait and come around for another bombing round. My current loadout is actually better suited for attacking bases, so I might want to head over and help out with the enemy base, because I have, my current loadout is 2 500 kilogram bombs and 1 1,000 kilogram bomb.
So you're in, what aircraft again? IL-4, is that right?
Yes, an IL-4, which is a Russian medium bomber.
So how do you go about attacking bases in an IL-4? What tactics do you use personally?
The correct way to use an IL-4 is to do high-level bombing. The way that I use an IL-4 is as, basically as a dive bomber. That's not the correct way to use an IL-4, but...
Or the way it's designed to be.
Yes, that's not the way it's designed to be used, but that is the way that I use it because I'm bad, but also because I understand... Oh, good, Starbreaker's here, and he destroyed the sound.
I'm going to jump an aircraft at 820.
Starbreaker likes to play as the Americans, and I, of course, like the Ruskies.
Because I'm a capitalist big dog and Russian, and well, Zenya is a bingo commie.
Bastard.
Son of a bitch.
Yes.
Bastard.
Also, I'm being tagged by anti-aircraft fire right now, so I'm going to try to dive into some heavy cloud cover.
How do you know that you're being attacked by anti-aircraft fire?
Well, first of all, I saw some flag exploding near me. Secondly, one of them actually hit my aircraft, and I got when your aircraft is damaged, you get a little red sensor that tells you which direction the damage is coming from. If you're attacked by anti-aircraft fire, it shows that you're being targeted from all around you. That's the way that it differentiates between an aircraft tagging you, an enemy aircraft attacking you, and you being tagged by anti-aircraft fire. Let's see. Bombers, an interesting thing about this game is also that bombers and fighters start out at different heights. Bombers start out a lot higher up than fighters, which is beneficial in the not dying aspect for high level bombers, and also nice for getting up speed for dive bombers, which you also need to not die. It's extremely useful in the sense that, hang on, okay, that's the enemy base. I am not in a good position right now, so I will need to come around for another pass.
Pro tip for the cool kids at home, not dying is also useful in this game.
Yes.
So you use like dive bomb.
Yes, I do.
You can, I mean, what kind of bombs do you think are better for? Do you use different bombs for destroying bases, or
yes,
for destroying vehicles, or how does that work?
I like to. Oh, I destroyed the sound, by the way.
Nice. Oh, I saw that.
Yes. Unfortunately, I am now completely screwed because there's one fighter in front of me and two fighters. Oh, interesting. He ignored me. Or perhaps he's going around for a pass now that he's behind me. Yes, it definitely looks like he's going for a pass. So right now I will try to get to our allied fighters before I'm shot down. That is unlikely to happen, but, we'll see how it goes.
By the way, if you're in a bomber in this game, you're on a map that has a lot of mountains, you can kind of fly through the valleys, fly kind of make it more difficult and spot
you. And my pilot got knocked out, so that wasn't...
You'll have to sacrifice altitude for it, but...
Yeah. I was trying to get around. Well, let's do the actual fun part of the game as opposed to the objective part of the game, which is the delicious fighter-to-fighter combat. Now, there's an H6K above me, and I don't like it being alive, so I'm going to change that. Now, war emergency power is useful. It's basically just a boost that you can use in this game. It turns off after a while, and it comes back. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to catch up with that H6K. It's the closest enemy aircraft that I can see. Currently, everyone is playing defensively, which is smart because both we and our opponents are down to 9 and 9 vehicles on each person's side. Now, once I'm within 1 kilometer of the H6K, I will be able to start firing at him, which is going to be extremely useful for the whole winning the game part. Oh, it looks like we've actually just won. Wonder how that happened.
How do you know we won?
Because they've run out of points. The enemy team has run out of points, which you can see at the very top middle of the screen.
And the enemy team is red or blue?
The enemy team is red, we are blue. At least we should have won because they ran out of points before we did.
The token minority guy on there, it sounds like a meal from Halo Reach. Said that we won, so we won.
Yes, we did win. Oh, and I got some things for my Japanese who I've just recently started playing. Wonderful. Alright, that was a successful mission. And I can now purchase cover for my IL-4, so it is even more survivable.
What does cover do? And why would you waste money on that?
Cover is, I believe in this game it is armor. I will look at it again just to make sure. Yes, it gives plus 5% overall structure strength, and it helps basically, it increases the stats of your vehicle, and it also allows you to fly a little bit faster, plus 2 kilometers per hour to max speed. Generally, the way that vehicles in this game work is you get a basic vehicle, and over time you can buy upgrades for it. For example, my fighters currently need a fair number of upgrades. The one I'm working on right now for my Yak-1B is upgraded offensive 20mm cannons. I currently have stealth 12.7mm machine guns, but I have the default 20mm cannons. I want to be able to unlock stealth cannons because then my enemies will not see my shots, and it will be more difficult for them to know where I am firing from.
So is that stealth cannons or stealth ammunition?
Stealth ammunition for the cannons.
So what he's talking about when he means stealth, it's not stealth as in, say, a stealth fighter or stealth bomber. What he means is the ammunition doesn't have tracers, and in case you're wondering what a tracer is,
during the game, when I was being fired upon, you could actually see the tracer rounds. They were extremely visible in the game. Now, the point of tracer rounds in real life are so that it's easier for you to see where your own bullets are going when you're trying to fire on a target. The problem is that it also lets your opponents see when they're being fired upon and what angle they're being fired upon from.
Yeah, and not every bullet is a tracer round. It'll be like every 4th or 6th round.
Yes.
But the point is, if you eliminate tracers, then your opponents don't see that they're being fired at if you miss. And so if they don't know they're being fired at, then they don't know to take defensive action. That's the point. That's why you take out tracers. It's actually a very effective thing that American fighter pilots did Second World War. Very, very effective.
Now, currently I'm going to do something that might seem a little bit silly. I'm going to go as quickly as possible so I can get down to this base here. Now, the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm in my Isle 4, which can survive a lot of hits. The point of this mode is to capture as many bases as possible. In my opinion, this is one of the silliest game modes in this game, but, you know, you play the cards you're dealt.
It's basically, for those of you who have not played War Thunder, it's basically War Thunder's equivalent of domination in Call of Duty or territories in Halo. Something like that.
It's pretty silly. We're about to have some trouble, but it looks like I might be able to land. Let's see if I can pull this off. It would be extremely silly. Pilot knocked out. Yeah, unfortunately that happens extremely often in this game.
So a favorite tactic of enemy fighters for dealing with bombers, bombers are very, very tough. But the thing is, many bombers have glass noses. Yes, bombers can see and see out. So enemy fighters like to attack from head on. It's a very smart thing, but also very frustrating.
Yes, it certainly is. Well, I have a couple of allies on this. There we go. Wow, they are certainly going for it right now. Let's see here. It's a MiG-3. Let's go say hello, shall we? Whoa, that was close. Let's see here. We have a very interesting thing happening here.
What are you doing right now, by the way? Are you capturing airfields or are you fighting?
Currently, I am doing something kind of stupid. Whoa, okay, we're done here. That's unfortunate.
I'm also doing something kind of stupid.
Oh.
Low-level treetop bombing, or actually tank busting, with 1,000-pound bombs in a V-25 just because I can. Fuck the police.
Well, if you're killing enemy aircraft, that's not necessarily... Sorry, enemy ground units, that's not necessarily a dumb thing to do.
I did go 3 for 3. For some reason, the V-25 in this game only is allowed to carry 3 1,000-pound bombs. So, large bombs.
Well, I'm certain that's for some sort of game balancing purposes. We shall see.
Yeah, probably.
Currently, our team has 2 out of 3 bases, so we're doing reasonably well.
God damn it, I put my enemy like through a swarm of our fighters.
One fun thing to do in this game is to wait for an opponent to try to land and then bomb them.
Also, another fun thing is to pull the shit out of everybody.
That is also a lot of fun. And I still have the wrong bomb load for what I'm trying to do. Yeah, there's currently a very large number of enemy fighters by the middle base. The middle base is the one that is most often contested. That's unfortunate. Looks like someone's grabbing C. Let's see if this is gonna work. I really doubt it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, I almost grabbed A, but at least I was able to uncapture it for the opposing team, which is useful.
Uncaptured. You were, yeah.
I was
I see what you mean.
yes. It was red, now it is not. Unfortunately, that's not going to last for very long, but at least for a short while, it is no longer their base. I've evened out the game for now. Right now, I will probably go back and try to help capture C. That's a reasonable thing to do. Yes, currently I don't see a large number of opponents near C, so I'm going to try to go for a quick capture, lead off all of my speed as quickly as I can, and land. I doubt it's going to work, but... okay. Did I mention I'm not great at landing? Well, I'm not great at landing.
Well, fuck you, big boy.
So unfortunately, I'm down to my last aircraft.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've got like a shit ton of fighters on my hand.
However, I have yet again been able to even out the game. Let's check. 2 pilots are out on their team, and 2 pilots are out on ours. So let's see. I see one of our allies is landing. Good. So now all I really need to do is defend the 2 points that we have. There is a large number of enemy aircraft there. Oh, bow fighter. That's just great unfortunate. Yeah, currently I'm right in the middle of a pack of enemy aircraft, which is probably the dumbest place you could possibly be. But maybe I can get them to shoot their ally. Yeah. And there goes my last aircraft. Yeah, the enemy team is working together a lot better than ours, unfortunately. And now we're watching Starbreaker and his Hellcat.
As we said, Hellcat. So this was a fighter in the Second World War, an American fighter that come up with aircraft carriers. Had something like an 8 or 9 to 1 kill to loss ratio in combat. So they're trying to take out a B-25 with the bomber. And
there it goes.
so what I'm doing here, I'm doing a little rollover. This is the equivalent of teabagging people in first-person shooter games, because then they saw on the kill feed that you killed them, and I'm rolling around. You know who killed you. And yes, I am an asshole.
I think it would be better if you helped recapture C right now.
There's a shit ton of fighters around, so that's the problem.
Then you know what you must do.
There's a foot fighter down here, I'm just gonna dive on it.
That's a good idea.
Shit, what? Holy fuck.
That was close. Let's see here. Did anyone notice you? Yup, the guy right behind you.
Okay, I'm just gonna kill this foot fighter.
Oh, looks like one of your friends had the same idea. See, you are being followed
I'm
by...
being followed by a bunch of assholes.
Yes.
And
And there goes your tail. Was that your last aircraft?
Nope, I didn't want.
Good. I was being a lot more aggressive with mine.
I mean, the boat. There's a reason that in this game the two boats because they take a shit ton of damage, and they have ridiculous firepower, and they're very fast. And they're especially maneuverable for a plane.
Ah.
Right now, I'm in a B-400.
One of our friends in the B-25 has just landed at sea. Yeah, good job.
What a ball.
The B-25 is a wonderful arm. He's down, unfortunately. But since it's our base, I believe he can just sit there and get repaired. Seeing as how he is in fact still alive.
Shit, there's an SM-79.
Oh, somehow C got recaptured again.
No, without love. Alright, now I'm in my favorite American fighter that I have access to at this point. Shit, I have bombs. The P-40.
You can just drop them.
No, I still have the hard points on there, which really pick up a lot of weight.
Ah.
That's the problem. Yeah, I'm a lot slower than I was going to be able to roll. I mean, the P-40 is got really good way to roll. Really good way to turn for an American fighter.
Let's check. Yes, we are currently fielding 4 aircraft. Our opponents are currently fielding 10 aircraft.
And what I did there, in case y'all were wondering, I went head to head with the F-9T. We're in a tier 2 map and he's flying a tier 3 aircraft and also the F-9T. So I decided to ram. I would just go head to head and ram. Which is a big move.
Yeah. There are still some balancing issues in War Thunder, unfortunately.
For instance, the Russian aircraft are usually overpowered as fuck.
Which is, of course, why I play as them.
By the way, the Americans are underpowered. Good.
And I usually do stupid things with my aircraft and then, die. But that's life. Yeah, unfortunately we've lost this game. But such is life. Well, this has been an introduction to War Thunder, and I hope you enjoyed this little explanation that we've provided for you.
Stay in school, kids.
Yes, hopefully our next games will be more informative as we learn how to talk all the time. Thank you, and goodbye.